Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Inside Edge. It is Tuesday, August 19th, and the drama of New Jersey's 1972 congressional redistricting started 2 years earlier with a backroom bargain that could only happen in Jersey. Governor Bill Cahill needed to clear the field for Republican State Chairman Nelson Gross to take on U.S. Senator Harrison Williams. Gross was President Nixon's man. He was the Bergen boy wonder, but standing in his way was Joe Mariziti, a crafty Morris County state senator with his own ambitions. So Cahill made a deal. He went to Mariziti and said, drop out of the Senate race and you can chair congressional redistricting. Gross lost big, and Mariziti got to draw his own district. And this new 13th district was Joe Mariziti's trophy. It was a Republican fortress. It started in East Hanover, went across Morris County into Sussex, Warren, Hunterdon, and even down into some towns that in those days were red in Mercer County. The map cut Hudson County from two House seats to one. Dominic Daniels and Neil Gallagher, both powerhouses, were shoved into a cage match Democratic primary. Even Essex County got joggled. Newark was sealed entirely into Peter Rodino's 10th district, and Joe Minish's 11th was drawn to be more competitive. Republicans had lined up Milton Walder, a former state senator from South Orange, to run for Congress. By the way, that didn't work, and not every Republican was happy. Assembly Speaker Tom Kean and Senator Jim Walworth both had their eyes on Washington, and they saw their futures boxed out by a new gerrymandered map. Now get this: they connected Livingston and Milburn to Princeton. Kean and Walworth grumbled. The courts just sort of shrugged, and aside from fixing some problems in South Hackensack, the map stood intact. Mariziti crushed two Republican assemblymen in a primary. The Democrats were a mess. Joseph O'Doherty eked out a primary win over two others, and then very quickly the hammer fell on him. So yeah, this is sort of unbelievable. O'Doherty had not become a U.S. citizen until 1967. The Constitution says you have to be a citizen for 7 years to serve in Congress, not 5. So O'Doherty was out. And you know what happened? The Ireland-born candidate called it an oversight. He said he'd lived in the U.S. for 12 years and just forgot when he was naturalized. So party bosses had a scramble. They drafted Helen Minor, the former First Lady of New Jersey, cousin of Adlai Stevenson, into running for Congress. Mariziti beat Minor by more than 25,000 votes, 56-43. In that same dream district, Nixon crushed George McGovern by a 70-30 margin. But Mariziti, he wasn't going to last long, and there's more on him another time. That's it for everybody today, everybody.